Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci-Traders.com here, midday market recap. Monday, October 2nd, 2023, first day of Q4 of 2023. How was your trading day so far? Very nasty price action. If we take a look on the SPY 65, we can clearly see very tight price action now. 426 is bears are trying to break to the downside. 424.50 will be the next support, but we still have 45 minutes to go on this 65 minutes candle. The past 4 candles were very nasty dojis between the 428 and the 426, and we still have these yellow trend lines that shows us that we are in a downtrend. Let's see where price takes us. And the futures 15 minutes, we have a Browning formation now. Let's see, bounce towards, we can take Fibonacci. We don't need to guess. Where are the next support and resistance? Next resistance will be the 42.76. Support is the low of the day. 42.69. Below it, we are going to the downside towards 42.60. SPY 65. SPY 15, sorry. We can take high of the day, low of the day. Fibonacci low of the day is the support for now, of course. 425.47 is the support. We have all the levels to the upside. We have also here, we have Browning formation, because Browning formation is everywhere and it's the only true formation, because this is how price moves. Higher highs, higher lows. We have this. We have the next one over here. Here we have Browning formation on SPY 15. But let's see where it's going. We had 2 very nice candles to the upside. Now 2 very nasty candles to the downside. Now, SPY on the daily looks like this. Doji, but going to the downside, broke below Friday's lows. We have a new low. 428, 429 is the resistance. In the past 5 trading days, support. 423 to the downside, and then retesting this yellow trend line. Qs on the daily. We have a doji, inside candle, high offer, high Sagi. If you are here, say hi. Don't be shy. We are here to learn from one another on how to become a better trader on each and every day. Let's see, we have Apple, 15 minutes, low of the day, high of the day, 172.92 is holding. We took some long, but stop loss got hit. Overall, break even on this trade. Let's see if 172.19 will break to the downside. We are heading towards the 172.10 and then 171.60, 173 to the upside, and maybe then we are heading towards this yellow trend line. Above this yellow trend line, we are heading towards the 175. But for now, inside candle, sideways move on Apple. As you can see, very tight price action since the second 15 minutes candle, basically moving sideways between the 172.92, 174.25. We are in sit and wait state. MSCI bullish from 274.52 towards 291.76, 5% to the upside on the day. For now, 287.90 is the support, 291.76 is the resistance. Long continuation above it. We are waiting to go swing on this one above 297.90. As we can see, very tough resistance over here, nice support over here. So we are waiting for a day or two closing above the 298, and then we are heading towards the 338 gap. Very nice overall. PayPal, we are still waiting. Broke above. Now getting back to the downside. GRPN, very nice. From my top stocks to watch weekly video. If you did not see, go back and watch it. Top stocks to watch. Now 1387 is the support, 1642 is the resistance above it, and we are heading towards this yellow trend line. CLF, we are waiting for a break above this yellow trend line to go long. What else do we have interesting? CMSI, we have already talked. LPG, this is on my list in the past few weeks or so. 288 to 2880, holding a support. Long continuation above 30. We are talking about daily close above 30, and then we can take one more long towards the 3161. Short, we can start taking if we can break up below the 2880, a daily close below it, and then 2790 and 2727 to the downside. We do have here double top scenario, will get validated below the 2880. Always prepare for both sides. Why? Because no one knows what will happen next. All we can do is follow price and use trend lines and Fibonacci to help us understand where price might be heading next. What else do we have on the daily? Apple. Hi Tovi, hi Faiz, hi John Polo. Thank you very much for joining. Apple on the daily looks like this. Went all the way up to the 173.80. Tough resistance because it was a very important area of support. Breaking up and above. Daily close, and we're heading towards the 175.31. But overall, for now, we are broadening formation, and now let's see where price will head next. If we take a look at the futures 2 hours, we had a nice double top over here. Go to the line chart and you will see all this area multi-top now breaking below the 42.74. Next 42.60. We don't need to guess because we follow price, use levels. If this broadening formation will get broken, we are heading towards the 44.2360 and then 42.40. 65 minutes, bulls gave up. We are heading south towards the 424, below it 422.30. Overall, nasty price action. If you are bulls, if you're day trading, you can trade both sides. If you know how to trade both sides, we just need to follow and understand the relationship between price action, Fibonacci, and trend lines. What else do we have interesting? Any questions, any comments? Let's see what Bitcoin is doing so far. Ethereum on the daily went all the way to the 1730, got rejected. Why? Because the 1730, look left. All we need to do is look left, and then we can understand why. Over here, during end of August, very tough resistance. Now going back to the downside, 1650 needs to hold. Then we're heading south. Bitcoin on the daily broke above this purple trend line, went all the way to the 28,200. Now with a doji for now on the daily, 8 more hours for this candle. 2740, 27,500 needs to hold. Otherwise, we are heading towards this purple trend line. But if you clean the chart, everything, you're a pattern trader, pattern seeker, pattern trader. First, look at this trend line. Now, broke above this doji, holding a support, breaking down and under, back to the 27,500. But look here, we have this one over here. We have another one over here. And maybe this one here is the right shoulder. But anyone can draw it as they like. This is why we don't follow patterns. This is why we don't rely on patterns, because patterns have less than 40, all patterns have less than 49% validation, and patterns are made of candles, right? So why don't follow the candles and trust them? Now, trying to break above this trend line, but overall still in the downtrend. As you can see, 50% retracement together with a trend line resistance. If it can manage to hold above this trend line and above the 28. So next is the 29,000 as resistance. What else do we have? Oil on the daily, breaking below. Overall oil, if you can see, since middle of September until now, basically except these two candles, basically moving sideways between the 87.80 and the 90.8. So if you're not long or short on oil, wait until you will get long continuation above 2 days, above the 90.8. Why 2 days? Because 1 day, as we got here, does not change the overall sentiment of a sideways move. For now, it's sideways. So we need at least 2 days above the 90.8, and then we can rejoin the long towards 94.80. Above 94.80, we're heading towards this yellow trend line at the 100 area. Natural gas, we talked about this area from resistance got broken to the upside last Wednesday. Now retesting it as support 4 consecutive days from resistance to support. But if you look left closely, very closely, no open gaps on the natural gas. What does it mean? One thing, this major gap to the downside will get filled when? No one knows. But if you look left, this gap got filled few days after. Where else do we have gaps? On natural gas, this gap around 1 month after. This gap got filled around 3 weeks after. So between 1 week to 1 month, all gaps on natural gas, whether are to the upside or to the downside, will get filled. So if you're long on natural gas, pay attention to this gap. What else do we have? XLV continuing its way to the downside, which is not very healthy. XLE closed this gap, broke below uptrend line, uptrend channel. Now we have double top scenario, all this area over here, multi-top scenario, breaking down and under, closing the day below 88.55, and we're heading towards the 85.85. Let's see the IWM on the daily. Between the 174 and the 178, this gap is still open, closing the daily below the 174, 171 to the downside, and then 160, and we have also a gap over here. Now that I see, how did I miss this gap before? We have this gap, the 171.53. So a daily close below 174, this gap will get filled in the next few days, maybe even by Wednesday or Thursday. For now, lower highs, lower lows. We have a bounce of the trend line over here on the on the 15 minutes SPY, 15 minutes futures. So, who is with me? Say hi, don't be shy, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share with friends. Take your friend's phone and hit the subscribe button for them. Will be much appreciated. Hi, Rafael. PLTR. We talked about this pre-market. Now, let's see. 2 consecutive dojis. This doji for now. Let's see how this day will end. Long, only a day, 2 days above the 16 area, towards the 1674. Below 1555, we can start taking short. And we have all the levels to the downside with 16.6 as our risk management. But we also have double top, double bottom scenario. All options for PLTR are on the table. Always prepare for the downside and to the upside. To the upside for now, we need to wait. Downside below 1555. Lululemon for Ohad. Hi Ohad. What do we see? Downtrend channel, right? So until this downtrend channel will not get broken to the upside, we need a break at least 2 days. Why 2 days? Because 1 day will not change overall sentiment. The overall sentiment since beginning of September, almost 1 month, downside. All this area was a very tough resistance. And once again, now price is back below it. So 1 candle will not change the sentiment. We can take also Fibonacci, swing low, swing high. And as you can see, this is the 618 retracement, 388, 390 if you want. Only 2 days above the 390 for now. And then we can start placing our long, 395, 406, together with the ATR, of course. ATR helps us to calculate our risk management. ATR is the average true range. It takes the average of the last 14 candles from high to low, which means the volatility on each and every candle, in this case on the daily, which means Lululemon from high to low on average moves each and every day around 8.79 points, which means once you enter a position, you cannot let your stop loss be below 8.7 on the ATR, on the daily. Check the Fibonacci Traders Academy playlist. We have a special video on ATR, how to use it. We have also this trend line, bounce over here, now trying to bounce, but once again, only above 390. I hope it answered your question, Ohad. Hi, Yair. Hi, Rafael. Groupon. It's from my top stocks to watch. We just talked about it. Look at this. We talked about it. 390 is the support now. 1642 is the resistance. Let's see. Can we get continuation towards this yellow line? No gap in IWM is closed. No gap. Let's see. The high of this candle. Let's check it. I might be wrong, which is perfectly fine. This is why we do this. We all educate each other. The high of this candle is 171.56. This one, 65. So, which means this gap, whether we like it or not, 0.9 points, 0.09 points, still open. A gap is a gap is a gap. So, what else? What else do we have? Futures trying to bounce for now. All this area, as you can see, very important area of support on the futures. The 42.67, 42.60, very important level of support. Breaking below, and we are heading towards the 42.37. Also on our Discord. Not much of an action today. If we look back, previous Mondays, very tough price action. Last Monday we had this. Before it, we had a doji. Before it, another doji. Doji, if you don't know, is the most important candle in candlesticks in general. Why? Because it's the most significant signal of an indecision in the market. Any other questions about technical analysis, the psychology behind trading? If you want to take your trading journey to the highest level with lifetime access guaranteed, support and guidance from me, no one else, only from me. We have some premium members here, gold members, that can validate and verify that almost 99% of the time when they DM me on Discord, of course not on Saturday and Sundays, days off, I'm answering. Because I want each and every one of you to stop following others, including myself, to tell you what to do, what to buy, where to sell, and how to manage your stop loss. I want you all to do what I do. Profitable, consistent trader. 7 years trading, 5 years, consistent, profitable trader. The first 2 years were very tough on me. So I'm trying as much as I can to help you ease the learning curve to become profitable traders. And it's a very tough learning curve. So check the links in the description below. Choose your own path. Take your financial freedom in your own hands because it's your money. No one else will take care of your money. FLS for John Polo. What do you see here? I see sideways move inside an uptrend channel. Short. Very nice short candidate. Below this red trend line, below the 38.54 multi-top. Below this one, and we're heading towards the 37. If you want to go long, I really don't see any long here for now, unless we can get a bounce like we got here, doji, and then two to the upside, doji, upside, but very tough price action. What's the volume on this one? Let's see. It's okay volume, not my cup of tea, but it's okay. And today, very low volume. Overall, let's see the average volume, 1.2 million. Okay, not so bad. So, what else do we have? CVNA. Hiya here, thank you very much for joining in the last minute or two. CVNA, what do we see? 36.43 needs to hold. Otherwise, it was, look left, just look left. Train your eyes to look left. No need Fibonacci, no need nothing. Look left, very important level of support. Breaking down and under, and the same price action we got over here, the same volatility, the same price action we got over here to the upside, we might get to the downside with high probability because price likes to do what it did in the past. So if it was very nice bull run towards the 36.43 and then support, Now it's holding a support, breaking down and under, same uptrend to the downside, same price action to the downside. If you want to go long, in my opinion, no long now on CVNA. Maybe a weekly close above 43.50, but need to wait. For now, all I see is downside, but no one knows. Prepare for both sides. Short below 36.90 towards the 28. Long, small position. Start with small position above 43.50. You can add above 48 towards the 56.60. Bounce off trend line on futures and on the SPY. 65 minutes. Still with a lower low, closing below the 426, and we are heading to the 422. So I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you very much for joining this live. It's 12:25 a.m. October 3rd, China time. I hope you find this helpful. Like, subscribe will be much appreciated. Don't forget to check the notification bell so you won't miss any other videos. Until the next video, stay safe and trade safe.